The most important thing in any practice is to not leave self behind. So if there's ever anything going on that you're like, wow, this just doesn't really feel accessible for me or whatnot, honestly, everything that we're doing is for prana yam, is for the management of life force energy. We often think of pranayama as breath work, but that's one of the hows. Pranayama literally means management of my life force energy. And so if we are in a certain position, with arms, legs, or whatnot, and we're like, whoop, can't really maintain this right now, stay with the breath. There'll always be the breath. There'll always be some mental focus and the eye gaze. And as long as you stay with that, that is the energy movement. We engage the body because we're in a body, and it can be extremely helpful. And ultimately, it is also a means. Yeah, the ends is the movement of energy. Let's go ahead and rub your palms together. Find the shoulders over the hips. You might take your torso back a little bit. You're going to feel the top of the head reaching away from the tailbone. As the shoulder blades settle down in the back. Feel that heat, how magical we are. And bring the palms together here. Just being with the breath. Noticing this cycle that goes on all day long without our awareness, without our prompting. But here we can show up for it, just as the breath shows up for us every moment of the day. We can show up for it by supporting the breath flow. Let the belly expand to deepen the inhale. And even draw the belly in a little towards the spine to deepen the exhale. Every breath, I am taking in more life. With every breath, I am releasing more life. When I breathe like this, I'm reminding myself, my system, I can flow like this. At any point in the day, I can take in more life. I can release more life. I can be more like the natural cycles that flow around me. And with that greater awareness, that greater appreciation for myself in the flow of all things, I now utilize myself, engage myself like an instrument. The mantra here is ONG, Om, where the tongue sits at the soft palate, Om, Namo, N-A-M-O, Guru, G-U-R-U, and we want the tongue to hit the hard palate, Guru Dev Namo, Om Namo, Guru Dev Namo. I am recognizing the infinite wisdom within me, the way in which I already understand flow and natural cycle. Guru Dev Namo. I am connecting with and recognizing the infinite wisdom that exists around me. Deep breath in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Breathing deeply in this place of awareness, greater appreciation for what is existing within me and around me. I'm more able to just feel myself in this space. Feel my body, to feel my shoulders over my hips, to feel my ears over my shoulders, to feel the length of my spine, and how it supports me. I am more able to notice the space around me, the air on my skin, the breath going in and out across the back of my tongue, the feel of my fingers and palms connected, the movement of my belly. The obvious sounds and the sound beneath the sound. You inhale deeply. Suspend the breath very softly at the back of the throat. And release it here. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Lengthen the spine a bit and soften the shoulders. I am safe. I am calm. I am in control. Exhale. Inhale, deep breath. Suspend it here. Let the eyes look up towards the center of the forehead. And exhale. Great. Go ahead and bring the hands onto the knees. So we'll start with the spinal flex. I'll turn to the side so you can see what that looks like here. We're going to take the chest forward on the inhale, round back on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. So my head is staying mostly over the hips. And it's just that upper chest, upper back, upper chest, upper back. So you'll often hear in yoga that your vitality is very much influenced by the health of the spine, the strength and the flexibility of the spine. So one of the first things we do is always to increase that, to really support that. So here the eyes pull inward and upward towards the center of the forehead. And the mind, we let it rest on the mantra Sat, S-A-T, as we inhale, Nam, N-A-M, as we exhale. And we'll do that silently. So all together it looks like. Great. As you continue, See if now you can round the back a bit more, bringing the chin towards the chest. If you find that creates too much of discomfort in the upper or lower back, then just go back to the original. It may just pull a little at first. That may just be a little tightness. If that dissipates, you're all good. Just find which of these works best for you here. This one gets more of the entire spine flexing, and the first just isolates the upper spine. Inhale, tall spine here, suspend the breath, relax the jaw, and exhale. And go ahead and hold on to the outside of your elbows, side of tongue, shoulders relaxed. Really feel your sit bones grounding you down towards the floor. We're going to inhale here. On the exhale, you just let that left ear reach towards the floor. Letting the side body stretch. Letting the head hang a bit. And with an inhale, we come back up towards the center. And let the exhale take us over to the right here, right ear, reaching towards the floor. And you'll continue like this at your own pace, inhaling up. Excellent. Stretching the sides of the body, the lateral stretch for the spine, feeling the space in between the rib cages increase. And just continue to really let that head relax and release. While staying firmly planted in both sit bones. And by doing so, your spine, your body will get the stretch that is just right for you at this time. And slow it down a little bit now. And see how slowing down the breath changes that movement. Find another second or two that the head can just hang to one side. And you can really lengthen through the sides of the body. One more time on each side. And then coming back up, great, release the arms. Swapping the hands either on the shoulders, if that feels okay for you, or you can also come out to the sides. And if you'd like, you can take Gyan Mudra here. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under on this one. Otherwise, what can happen is we end up with there's one, we do one of these. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under. We have a little more lengthening through our spine. And here we're going to lift up. I want you to think of your root area, your pelvic floor, almost activating a little bit and lifting up from there. Lifting all the way up to the top of the head. And then we begin twisting left to right. Right? Forward. Make sure that movement feels okay for you. And then with this, we integrate the breath so that we're inhaling on the left side, exhaling on the right side. Inhale up, exhale right. Inhale up, exhale right. Almost like you're got a bucket and you're picking up the breath on the left side, dropping it off on the right side. And inhale through the nose, and the exhale can be through the nose or the mouth, whatever works best for you. The eye gaze remains at the brow, and the mantra, the mind direction, remains Satnam. So Sat, S-A-T, is truth. And Nam, N-A-M or N-A-M, is existence. So we often translate this Satnam as truth is my existence. I want to exist in the truest version of myself, the real me. I want to spend my life getting to know who the real me is and to live that way. Keep lengthening the spine. Keep going here. And now interlace the fingers over the top of the head. And very lightly the hands rest there. The elbows stay open. And the shoulders stay relaxed. Inhaling a lot. Exhaling right. Great. Keep the spine tall. Shoulders soft. Fingers lightly resting there. Excellent stretching of the side body muscles. We'll continue here. And now just straighten the arms up overhead. Keep the fingers interlaced and the pointer fingers will reach up towards the heavens. Inhaling up, exhaling, all right. So we stretch a little bit with this one here. And it may make the movement feel a little more dense. And that's perfectly fine. The stretching lengthens the connective tissue, and the twisting while stretching really allows for this awesome massage of the fascia, and that's what we want here. And stay with the breath. As long as you're present with that breath, you are present with the work. Inhaling sat, exhaling down. Inhale, stretch up here, stretch, 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 suspend the breath, keep stretching. Keep stretching even as you exhale now. 2 more times, let's go with inhale, stretch up even more, stretch, 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 suspend the breath, relax the jaw. Think of those pelvic floor muscles here and just draw them in a bit, like you're trying to not go to the bathroom. Keep stretching. Exhale. The last one, inhale, stretch up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Suspend the breath. Engage those pelvic floor muscles once again. Relax the jaw. Maybe even smile. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Just rest the hands on the lap for a moment and breathe. So go ahead and stretch your legs out in front of you. And if you're on something high, you can just come down on like the blanket itself. Something low is okay. Just shake the legs out. Place the hands right alongside your hips. And just raise up and back down again so you're really on the sit bones part. Okay, I can't do that. That's okay. That's all right. So you know what? The other way to do that is I also have really long arms and a short torso. So, it's all about proportions. No worries. The other way, my loving teacher would say, just move the blessings to the sides. So that's the other way to we want to just make sure that those ischial tuberosities, those sit bones are firmly planted, and we're not on the squishy stuff, because it just compromises the abs. So no worries, there's always a way to get there. And so just stretch the toes towards the face, and see if you can keep the hands there, the elbows facing behind you. And And just stretching the toes towards the face. And we're just going to hold this for a bit. While we hold still, you start to get this activation of the inner leg muscles, activation of the lower abdomen muscles. And we want all of that engaged. While that work is going on, it can be very easy for tension to start to build up in certain places. So there's some messaging here. I relax my shoulders and jaw. I relax my teeth and tongue. I relax my thighs and knees. I flex my feet and breathe into the back of my legs. I relax my shoulders and jaw. I relax my teeth and tongue. I relax my thighs and knees. I flex my feet and breathe into the back of my legs. Now let's see if we can leave all of this as it is and just lift the hands up.
I can't sit up straight.
You're doing the darndest that you can, and that's awesome. Your back has been through a lot in its time. So the work that's going on right now is exactly where you need it to be. As long as you're not having any pain.
I'm comfortable there.
Right, yes. Because they're all going, what? What do you want me to do right now? Yeah.
Trying to show up.
Exactly. They're doing their best to show up, and you're just holding that space for it to happen. Okay. Awesome. And even just very lightly, so maybe the fingertips remain, but it's just a lighter than pressing the whole hand into the floor. Give that a go. Breathe deeply here. We're going to bend the knees enough that we can hold on to the big toes. And you might do that from outside, you might do that from inside. It just kind of totally depends. Yeah, I'm going to say that works. And then just separate the feet a bit more. So, yep, there you go. And now, however much of a bend you need in the knees, find a nice tall spine. Shoulders relax. We're going to inhale here. Exhale. Press the heels a little bit away, just like an inch or so. Preserve or regain that tall spine and soft shoulders. Okay. And then once again, inhale, exhale, inch the heels away. Inhale, exhale, inch the heels away. We want to end up with a slight fold at the waist, but it's not a compromising of the upper back, of the torso, or anything like that. So you're keeping those shoulder blades down back. And each time we can manage, we use the exhale to push the hands away just a touch. And when you're in that place where that comfortable maximum is, that's the place where you're almost not sure if you can manage to stay there, but as long as you breathe deeply, you're okay. Yeah. That's your comfortable maximum. And it's in that place. And then we begin our life nerve stretch. So it's inhale, exhale. Sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam. And the eyes can return to the center of the forehead. We're usually only ever looking in one direction. Even when we look down, we tend to let the head turn. So the head is looking down and the eyes are just in that forward place. So engaging other eye positions really allows us to open up, to utilize some underutilized pathways in the brain. Inhale here. Exhale. exhale, see what might be there for you. If you can stretch those heels a little bit further away from you. Alright. With that fold at the waist, but not a closing up of the upper torso. And once again, life mirror stretch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale here, exhale, and now allow yourself to just fold completely, let the upper body hang, and stretch the legs out, release the toes, just wherever you end up with this, allow yourself to be there. Maybe let the shoulders soften. Let the head and neck soften. Also reach the arms out in front of you here. Inhale. And then go ahead and lie on your back. Deep breath here. Strength and flexibility of the spine is essential. The resilience of that life nerve. The life nerve is a sciatic nerve. The resilience of the sciatic nerve is essential. Our lymphatic, our detoxification processes are essential. So take the arms out to the sides with the palms facing down to anchor you. And we're going to inhale, raising the right leg up. And exhale, cross it over to the left, keeping it as straight as you can. And do your best to keep the upper back on the floor. Wherever the leg goes is fine. Inhaling back up, and then exhale it back down to the original position. There's a 4-part breath we have here. Left leg, inhale up. Exhale, cross over to the right, keeping it as straight as you can. Inhaling up. And exhaling back down towards the floor. And we'll continue like that, working our way to a moderate pace. So we're like inhale, exhale, inhale, down, inhale, exhale, inhale, down. Great, inhale, exhale, inhale, down, inhale, exhale, inhale, down. Here, keep going. The mantra is sa, ta, na, ma in the mind. Sa, ta, na, ma. Excellent. So good for the hips, so good for the obliques, so good for the lymph, so good for the digestive organs. If you ever can't go for a walk, this is a great substitute. Follow your flow of breath. sa, na, ma, sa, sa, no, ma. One more on each side. And relax here. Beautiful. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest. You can rock a little side to side. Yes. Getting some attention to the lower back. You can even place the hands on the knees and then make like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling. So guide the knees in a circle. And that will really target the massage to the lower back. See if that feels like a beneficial thing for you. And then hands on top of the knees and take that circle in the opposite direction now. And then now separate the circles. So take both circles outward. Remember, independently rotating the ball of the thigh in that hip socket. Breathing here. And then opposite direction. Start the circle from the inside. Great. Bring the knees back into the chest now. And then go ahead and bring your hands back down onto the floor right alongside your body. Palms facing down to anchor you. And begin to breathe deeply here so you can feel your belly moving. And the more the belly moves, the more the diaphragm is involved. The more the diaphragm is involved, the more the lungs can expand. The more the lungs expand, the more oxygen we take in, the more carbon dioxide we take out. So every breath, every conscious breath can be optimized like this. And so now we'll take a breath even a little more forceful at a moderate pace. It's going to look like so we're really feeling that belly expand, contract, expand, contract, expand, contract, expand, contract. Good, great. And let the knees come in towards the chest here. Keep feeling the belly expanding, contracting. And then we're going to send the feet out one at a time like this. So the legs will kick out parallel to the floor, in sync with that breath flow. So it looks like out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. You can point the toes and be sure to give it a little kick. Feel a little energy in there. Feel that kick at the top of the thigh. And we're really creating a little activation around the inguinal nodes, the lymph system in our lower area. They're like the Grand Central Station down south. Good. Use your palms to help support you. Stay with that breath, the strength of the breath. Even if the legs take a break, stay with that strength of the breath. The inhale, the exhale, the inhale, the exhale. And then if you like, you can do this double time, which some folks find it easier and smoother that way. So that would look like either is perfectly fine. And you may even want to place the palms more underneath the buttocks because that will allow for a little more support to the abdominals. Find the way that works for you and support it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, just 1. Inhale, hold both legs out. Do the best you can. Point the toes, suspend the breath. And exhale, lower down. Great. Release the arms, release the legs. Just breathing here. Good. Notice how much more awake and alive the body is right now. Notice places that may not have thought of much or given much attention to. And take note of any new sensations, any new awareness. I'm collecting all of me here and now in this practice. So let me notice the new sensations, the new experiences that are coming up for me in this moment. Inhale, deep breath, stretch the arms overhead, point the toes away from you, stretch the whole front of the body. And exhale, and then go ahead and roll onto your belly now. On the belly in this frontal Shavasana here, you can stack your hands one on top of the other, rest your head to one side or the other, or rest the forehead face down. The toes, let the big toes touch and let the heels rest out to the sides. It's a really nice way to release the hips. So see how that works for you. Notice how easy it is to feel your belly's roll in the breath right now. You can really feel the belly expanding against the floor, spreading out to the sides even. And then feeling the belly release. This in and of itself, this frontal Shavasana, is just a great way to practice presence. If you find you're just feeling super scattered, not sure where to start or what to just literally hone in on, everything feels so up in the air, let the front of the body rest on the earth, on the floor like this, and just follow the breath. It will help bring you back so that you can feel yourself, so that you can feel what's going on in the moment, and then be able to step forward from there. And then let's go ahead and bring the hands right alongside the face. So the fingers will be spread out a bit. The thumbs are right in line with the eyes. The elbows are close to the body, and now we bring the legs together. This is our cobra pose. The forehead's resting on the mat. And we're very collected. We are just all together. There's hardly any spaces anywhere. We're feeling the insides of the legs and feet together. We're feeling the insides of the arms against the body. And then we'll press into the fingers here. We're going to inhale and very slowly begin to raise the head up. Like we're brushing the forehead on the mat, we're brushing the nose on the mat, brushing the chin on the mat, and just coming up slightly. Feeling this little bit of length in the neck. We want to relax the shoulders. We'll take a breath while we're here. And then the next exhale, we begin to lower back down now on chin brushing on the mat, the nose brushing on the mat, and back down onto the forehead. Let's do that a couple more times. Slow, deep breath, slowly rising. Inhale, forehead, nose, chin, a little bit of the chest. Take a breath while we're here. Next exhale, back down, chest, chin, nose, and forehead. One more like that. Inhale, slowly rising, forehead, nose, chin, chest. Feel the toes pointing away. Feel the shoulders relax. Inhale and exhale. Next exhale, coming back down onto chin, nose, forehead. Then let's slide the hands back so that the fingers are right underneath the shoulders. The elbows will be up off the floor, but they're still close to the body. And let's go for that same movement here. Deep breath in as we slowly rise. Forehead, nose, chin. Maybe a little bit more of the chest here as we rise. Taking a breath while we're here. Next exhale, lowering back down. Chest, chin, nose, forehead. Great. Two more just like that. Inhale deeply. Feel the top of the head reaching away from the toes. Take that breath while you're there, and then use the next exhale to slowly come back down. One more. Great. Go ahead and stack the hands once again, resting the side or the forehead. Release the heels. Follow the belly's breath. Notice how the energy is flowing through you. Great. And then we'll return to our cobra, but this time, instead of the hands underneath the shoulders, we're going to have the elbows underneath the shoulders in more of a sphinx pose. So this will give us this base that we can rise up from. You bring the legs back together. And here you want to really engage the fingertips and the forearms and let that help you lengthen through the neck. Mind that you might start to feel like you're sinking into the shoulders, like it's a valley. Just press into the fingers and the forearms, and then we'll allow that length to come through. Feeling the top of the head reaching away from the tips of the toes here. We're going to hold this, breathing like this. Turning to our left as we inhale. Turning to our right as we exhale. At your pace, just keep the length of the spine, the length of the neck. Use the forearms and fingers to help you stay tall. Balancing of the breath. And by nature, balancing of the energies. The prana, the breath gives us access to management of the energy. I invite the energy in my life to flow like a natural cycle, ebbing and flowing, waxing and waning, rising and falling, opening and closing. This is how everything in nature moves. I invite this kind of rhythm into my body, into my life. Great. Now inhale up here, keep the head nice and tall, suspend the breath, engage the pelvic floor muscles once again. Exhale, let's do that 2 more times. Deep breath in, suspended. Engage that root, we call that our root gate area. Tall spine. Exhale. And last one here, inhale. Suspend, contain. And exhale. Go ahead and press back into the hands and sit back on your heels now. The arms will stay out in front of you. You might prefer, as you sit on your heels, to widen your knees if you prefer to have your torso in between the thighs, or you could sit with the legs together if you like the feel of your torso on your thighs. The head can hang or rest on the floor if it reaches, and if that doesn't feel okay, if it's too much head pressure, you can always stack the fists one on top of the other, rest the forehead there, or use a block to rest the forehead. Find a place that feels very comfortable for you so you can breathe easily here. And then when inhale, come up onto the hands and knees here. And we'll step the right leg back. And just press into the ball of your foot as you reach back through that right heel. And then keep that flexing of the foot. Raise the leg up, inhale. Step it forward. So you might put it inside the right hand or outside the right hand. That's just going to depend on your hip and what feels okay for you. So that foot could end up here or here. See? You were skeptical.
A little effort.
You betcha. Yeah, and scooching is a for real thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Scooching is 100% legit. Good. Great. Now here we're going to just lightly come forward on that bending. Usually we have the knee over the ankle. On this one we're going to take it forward so the knee is over the toe. And if it helps, this is a great place to have the blocks. So we just want you to have this length going on here. This length of the torso. And then we're going to breathe like this with a belly pumping breath. Yeah. So good. So you can come forward on that knee some more. So the knee is over the toe. Yeah. And let that back leg, you want to end up at the top, not on the very middle section of the knee. You want to end up on the top of that back leg. There we go. Okay, wonderful. And we breathe deeply here with the belly. The same breath we were using when we were doing the lymph leg kick. Sit, down, 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 sit, down. Great. Inhale here. Exhale, begin to come back to that 90 degree on the right leg. And then we're going to walk it back a little bit. Walk the hands back. Keep the foot flat as long as you can manage. Yeah, that's perfect. Walking slowly. You really start to get this good stretch in the top of the foot. And then when the foot can't stay anymore, go ahead and let it come up. Continue to walk back. And now we're sitting back on that left leg. Yeah. Okay. And this is a shorter one. We'll do that same breath here. And you know what? Put your blocks the flatter way. Even flatter. There we go. Yep. And then we'll lift up. You can have your hands like so. And we'll lift up through the chest. And this one is just 10 with that breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Inhale and exhale. And then we begin to walk it forward and on back. And step that back. Sit back once again, like before, or differently if you need it to be different this time. Breathe deeply here. And then come on back up onto hands and knees. For left leg, stretch the left leg back. Start by pressing the ball of the foot into the floor, reaching back through the heel. Feel that back of the leg wake up a little bit. And then keep that flex in the foot as you raise the leg up. Bend the knee, and now step it inside or outside of that left hand. And once again, find that place that's going to be where you can really have that strength in you. Bend the knee forward so it's coming over the toe. Awesome. For this one, you can put the blocks higher. Yeah. If that's, yeah. I can see that. That's like great. And I didn't realize my head was cut off. And here, we breathe with the belly. Slide that leg back a little bit more. We're testing the limits of your yoga pants.
It's in the knee, and it's like a lot of pressure on the knee.
Right. On the top is generally better than on the patella itself.
I have to figure that one out.
And then see if there's room to come forward on that left knee. And in that left hand a little bit more. Good here. Sit. Sit. Inhale and exhale here. Okay, come back to that 90-degree on the knee. And then we'll begin to walk back. Walk back. Keep the foot flat on the floor for as long as you can to get that top of the foot stretch. You're likely not going to feel great. Tops of the feet don't get a lot of stretching. And walk your way back. Find that place where the shoulders can go up and the chest is lifted. And then 10 times here we pump the belly. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Walk it back. Step it back and return to that child's pose. Let's be with the breath here. And then go ahead and lie on your back in Shavasana, relaxation. If you'd like anything under your neck or lower back or knees, go right ahead and make yourself comfortable that way. And just let the feet rest out to the sides. You can turn the palms upward. Let hips and shoulders release. Whole back side of the body released. Easeful breath. No more effort. Just allowing. रखे रखना हारे आप पाया गुर की तेरी पाए घर सवाया हो आप रे मन हो नाग सारिया सार के संग अब जाओ तारिया सागत निष्कृत दुष्ट किन्ने माया विदारिया तिस सायब की टेक नानक मन माय तिस सिमरत सुख होय सकल दुख जाय रखे रखन हारे आप पारे गुर की तेरी पाए घर सवारे हो अपने आओ मन हो नाग सारिया सार जनक संग पाव जल तारिया सागत निंदक दुष्ट किन्ने माय बिदारिया तिस सायब की टेक नानक मन माय जिस सिमरत सुख होय सकल दुख जाय रखे रखन हारे आप पारे गुर की पेरी पाए कार सवारे Ho apade manaho navasarya Sadajanaka Sangha Avajalatariya Sakataninaka Dushta Kine Maya Dadariya Tissa Sayabhikiteka Nadaka Manna Majisa Simarate Sukha Sakale Dvikaja Sakale Dvikaja Sakale Dvikaja Sakale Dvikaja. Breathe deeply and begin to circle the wrists and the ankles. Begin to circle the head side to side. Rotate the arms and the legs. Deep breaths as you stretch the arms up overhead behind you. Point the toes away from you. And bring the knees into the chest. Just rock gently side to side. And then widen the knees and let the bottoms of the feet come together. Hold on to the ankles or the feet, whatever you can there. Breathe deep. And then keep the bottoms of the feet together. Start rubbing them. And then rub the palms together at the same time. Deep breaths. Awakening, awakening. Energizing. You get it. Both hands and feet. Yep, you get it. The brain ends in the hands, feet, eyes, ears. Yeah, wake those puppies up. And then go ahead and rock back and forth a few times, and then make your way back up to sitting upright. And once again, find the shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders. Very present with this version of you. The one that is existing right here and now. The present moment. The only place where anything is ever happening. And bring the palms together here. Just breathing and observing. What is this experience of me? And I bring all my faculties together like this. We invite this kind of rhythm to continue, even when we're not on the mat, even when we're not consciously thinking about it. And so we seal the practice with that intention. A very long sat, followed by a short nam. We'll do that 3 times. My intention is this kind of flow, this kind of rhythm continues throughout my body, throughout my day, throughout my life. Deep breath in. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, may you know your truth, may you experience your truth, may you embrace and live your truth all days and always. Sat Nam. Yay. So after we clean house a little bit and get rid of some of the zhuzh and the static, it's a perfect time to end with a Vaheguru. Vaheguru literally means like, yay, I have removed some darkness and I've brought in more light. I've done myself some good service. So, Vaheguru. You'll often find us ending in that way. Because what else is there to say? How are you? How was that for you?
I found my challenges, but I even felt like a little, I was trying to block myself, but then I was just, this is where I am and I'm gonna move forward, so like that accepting of
Yeah, good. Yeah, you brought yourself a with you. Right?
Yeah.
Good to know. Wonderful. Yeah, and that's absolutely perfect. You know, the mind wants us, like, the mind knows the mission. Okay, we're supposed to do this, and that's all it's focused on. But here, we're after the whole self, and so we're kind of teaching our mind that it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the thing, but it's still okay.
Yeah.
Because in the mind's mind, it's not okay.
Yeah, that's what I know.
So, good, awesome, good for you. Thank you. How about you, Medina?
Good. Yeah, with good energy. And, I'm excited to get out in the sunlight and fresh air,
Yeah.
despite the allergies.
Yeah, this is such a beautiful day.
Such a beautiful.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for being here. Wonderful. Yeah, so we're hosting Porch Fest
Huh?
today. So from